Oh, so yes, yes, yes. Finish sleeping. Right. So my mom, came I told you, and I know MM decided to play right.
That's good for them. It's a pocket only one.
Actually, let me show you. I'm so proud of you. Sorry, it's about to fix last. Can you take us on? We're about to start now. Good day to the executive mayor, the executive deputy mayor, to the MECO members, MPEC chairperson, and all councillors present. Officials that are present, the acting MM, to the public that is with us online, that are joining us online. We are about to start now our special council meeting. The date today is the 12th November 2025, and the time is 3:05. We are starting with the order of business. Item number 1 is the opening of the council meeting. I would like to ask Councillor Seti to open for us with a prayer.
Thank you very much. Let's close our eyes. Ayinweleze Nkosi yethu uJesu Kristu Thixo wethu. Nkosi endlini kudimana mayindlela. Asumntwana wakho Nkosi mangise sihlangene apha Nkosi. Sincede ke Thixo wethu ube phakathi kwethu. Moya wakho, moya wenzolo Thixo wethu. Uthando lwakho zivele Thixo wethu bonke ubulumko sibizela ngasezantsi kuthi. Asithi sihlale siphicotha in the mighty name of Jesus. Join us, Father. Thank you, Jesus. I know it is done. Amen.
Item number 2 is the attendance register that I believe it is circulating for all of us to sign. Item number 3, application for leave of absence. I have received none from our councillors. We are all present. Acting MM from your side? None. Item number 4, it is declaration of interest. Any councillor would like to declare? Item number 5, confirmation of minutes for previous meetings. None. Item number 6, statements and communication by the executive mayor and the speaker. Executive mayor, I have none. Do you have any? Item number 7, consideration of reports, non-delegated matters. Items for consideration, schedule of items attached. Can the administration take us through?
Section 1. Office of the Municipal Manager, C/1/354/11/25. Appointment of acting municipal manager for a period not exceeding 3 months and or until the disciplinary hearing of the municipal manager, Mr. Imamani, is finalized, whichever occurs first, page 8.
Item 7. Councillor Swart.
Director not supposed to excuse himself.
Sorry, councillors, I forgot to first excuse acting MM because his acting is ending today. And also Mr. Felton. Can they please excuse us? Mr. Swart?
To start to check on something, Speaker, on page 8. The MEC in his letter dated the 5th of November did support the extension. And then the next sentence says Mr. Felton does not meet the prescribed qualification. So there's a contradiction there. I just want to check if that should maybe read that the MEC in his letter dated 5th of November 2025 did not support the extension. I don't know if there's an error there.
Councillor Blanche?
The extent under point 3. Are you talking about that, Councillor Swart?
No, on
Page 8. Page 8, the last paragraph. The MEC in his letter dated 05 November 2025 did support the extension of Mr. Felton. However, if you read further, second sentence, Mr. Felton does not meet the prescribed qualifications criteria. I think that's what you're actually referring to.
Yeah. Mr. Swart, are you done?
yes, I just need clarity there because there's a contradiction.
Okay. Councillor Mhlana?
Good day, Speaker, and all the councillors. I'm just having a concern, Speaker, because I see that the director from corporate service is not here, either someone from legal is here. Because when you look at this, the correspondence, the response, it has much to do with legal interpretations of sections of legislations. I'm just concerned that none is here.
Just said now that Councillor Director is joining us online. He is online. Director? Director Loliwe?
Speaker.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Speaker. I have joined the meeting before.
Yes, thank you. So the director is online. Madam Mayor?
It's fine, Speaker.
Councillor Mangaba?
Thank you, Speaker. Furthermore to what my colleague has already alluded to, if you look at the item itself, when you get to legal comments, there aren't any legal comments. So at the very least, if Alan Crouch is not here, there must be somebody acting in his office, because we will need legal advice dealing with this one. And over and above that, we still need clarity on, is it a did or did not on that paragraph I just read?
Madam Mayor?
Speaker, I'm of the opinion that wording on page number 8 needs to be corrected to say that the NEC did not support the extension of Mr. Felton as acting municipal manager, because if we go to the letter from the NEC's office, it is clear, they state the reason as to why they do not support or they did not support the acting of the municipal, Mr. Felton, municipal manager. So we just need to rectify the body on the item.
Councillor Papai, then Councillor Blanche.
So who was the author of that one that says he did support? Can you go back? We want to see. The author is somebody from the municipality. No, it's fine that it's an error. Yeah, if then it was written in that letter of MEC, we were going to be in trouble if we were going to tweak it. So yeah, it's an error. We can rectify.
Madam Mayor?
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, I propose that we appoint Mr. Mapai as the acting municipal manager for the period not exceeding 3 months or until the disciplinary matter of the current municipal manager is resolved, whichever occurs first.
Councillor Swartz?
Seconded.
Councillor Blanche?
Yeah, I was actually before either the mayor or Councillor Swart. Yeah, absent this item is the correspondence from the municipality to the MEC. I don't see that in the item. Is there perhaps any reason? Because there's a response, but the letter of the municipality towards the MEC is not in the item. Because you would later on find on. I'm asking this now.
Madam Mayor?
Speaker, the Director of Corporate Services is online, but normally when we write to the MEC, we do attach the council resolutions where we actually ask for the extension. Remember, we came into the council, we took resolutions, we resolved that Michael, we appointed the interim acting municipal manager. And then we also resolved that we must ask concurrence from the MEC, because Mr. Felton, it is 3 months
So they asked for the extension as per the regulations for the 6 months. So the letter here is in response of our application. So it is clear from the MEC's response that there was an application from the municipality and the MEC did respond. So he settled that he does not wish to the requirements.
No, I think just
Speaker?
Councillor Sana?
for the municipality, the MEC, the letter is not in here. That's why I'm asking again. We cannot just send a resolution alone. There must be a letter explaining what.
Can
Speaker?
can I speak?
Councillor Sana?
Yeah, Speaker, we were here in the last meeting when we appoint an acting municipal manager, where we appointed Mr. Victor Feld. There were legal comments made by legal section of this municipality. And we took a decision based on that advice. I'm not sure whether today that legal comment that was made by legal section has expired, or was supposed to have been explained to us that the legal comment that was made by legal section meant this, and now we can appoint Mr. Mafedi based on 1, 2, 3. So I'm not sure now where are we in terms of that, because it was this council we were advised here in this council. And two, Mr. Mopey is a CFO. I remember we wanted to appoint him, not in this meeting, the last meeting, when Mr. Memani was here and he was on study leave. And there were issues that were raised, being Mr. Mapei, who's a CFO and must also be an acting municipal manager. I'm not sure, but I was part of this council when those comments and deliberation were made here in this council by all of us, and we took decisions. So I'm not sure what has changed now. Maybe we must be convinced, or we raise a name. Either we must be convinced, or also we raise a name as speaker.
Councillors, the item was proposed and the item was seconded. And there was no other name that was, no, the item is proposed.
Understandably.
The item is closed.
Understand that.
Councillor Blanche, I've given you chance to speak after the item is closed. Mama, I've given you chance after the item was closed.
My hand was up.
I've given you a chance after the item is closed.
There's another head. We can see another head.
Speaker,
Speaker, the way you are behaving, there's another head.
Speaker.
Behavior tells us.
You saw my hand.
Another head.
Speaker, you saw my hand.
No, we know.
And again, Speaker. Speaker.
Councillors,
Speaker.
councillors,
On a point of order, Speaker.
councillors,
Point of order.
councillors.
So these matters I'm raising are not.
Speaker.
I've it, but it is after the item was been proposed.
No, the item was closed.
You are deciding to close the item to mute us. Because you saw our hand.
Decide anything.
It sounds like you've decided already.
That I have given.
Sounds like you have decided already because I raised my hand.
Talk on this item. You didn't
Unfair.
you didn't bring
You are being a
any name. You didn't bring any name.
bully.
And then
There's a point we are trying to make here. There's a point we are making.
I have to get an just like this, but we're not going to let it.
Point of order. You can close your item all you want, but we need to make this point.
councillors, the item was proposed.
Oh, you're being a bully, Speaker. You are being a bully, and you come back later on today. Council has decided that we want Mapei in, whereas we are trying to raise concerns.
Mapei is
Allow me to speak then.
Yes, allowed.
Allow me to speak.
closed.
Speak on a point of order.
Councillors,
Speaker.
administration.
Speaker, you should have just sent us emails.
Is not.
You should have just sent us emails and told us that you put Mapei in the acting role. We are here to make this engagement uncomfortable.
Can we please move on to the next item?
No, we're not. Next item.
Can the administration please call the?
No, we're not.
This is preposterous. Yes, we have a point to make. The next time we come to council and we realize we made an irregular decision, you'll come and say council has decided. We are not going to change the decision that's made, but we need to place this on record.
I say yes.
Not so long ago, we sat here. We sat here and we needed an acting. And we had comments from legal saying Mapei's profile is inconclusive. That's why we can't appoint him as acting.
Councillors,
You can't appoint us. You ask only. This must come to an end because when decisions are made poorly and irregularly, they come back to us.
let me warn you. Let me warn you. I don't want you to. No. The item is
No, this is nonsensical. I will write even about this, and I'm writing to Anton as well. What did you? Respond to me.
If you are doing that,
Nobody
you are doing that, Councillor Mangaba.
Speaker.
Seriously.
Speaker. Speaker. No, wait.
No, what's going to happen?
Still,
Nothing is going to happen.
do. The rules of order.
You follow the rules of
We were not elected by rules of order.
Stroke one.
There are no rules of order.
I'm telling you.
I'm inviting it.
Just do it now.
Say it now.
Do it.
Do it now. Do it now.
Do it. Serious now.
Speaker.
I am the speaker of the council. The floor. Speak.
Oh, you are not a
Rules of order.
Just send us an email and tell us exactly what we are not out of this council.
Administration.
You were on a point of order, Speaker. Speaker, on a point of order. Speaker, on a point of order.
We are not going out of this council.
Speaker, on a
If
point
you want to fight on this, send us an email.
Administration, Speaker, raising a point of order. Speaker, on a point of order. Speaker, on a point of order. Speaker, on a point of order.
Acting director.
Speaker.
You see, the rules of order are saying you can't let anyone proceed when somebody says point of order. Give them a chance.
On a point of order. Speaker, on a point of order. Speaker, on a point of order.
Did you hear that they say point of order?
I have given time.
The rules of order are saying when somebody points a point of order, you give them a chance to speak.
Order. Speaker,
We do a press course on this now, Evan.
Speaker, on a point of
Do what they want to do.
Speaker, on the first point of
Yes, sir.
Speaker, on a point of order. Speaker,
Speaker can't hear anything because the council.
Point of order, speaker.
on a point of order.
I want to on the point of order.
Speaker, on a point of order. On a point of on a point of order.
Point of order. Speaker.
On the rule.
Entertain the point of order. Entertain the point of order. You want to speak?
Can you please?
Point of order. Point of order.
Speaker, I'm entertaining item.
Point of order. Point of order, speaker.
I'm number one. Item.
Point of order.
On a point of order.
On a point of order.
I am glad that this thing you are doing is on record.
On a point of order.
Rules of order, I said, when somebody points a point of order, you give them a chance to speak. Point of order.
Number one, speak on the item.
We are councillors till the next serving.
Really, it was not.
It was not right. You are starting to remove me.
The preparation of the item
I was voted into.
in the official. It was not right because the item has not been closed.
Didn't you give time to speak?
No,
So you are not directing it to me,
Not
because I didn't allow you to speak.
a point of.
I'm not listening to you because I did not. I am not keeping listening to you.
It's a point of.
Not keeping listening.
It's a point of order.
It's a very good point of order, by the way.
It's a point of order, Speaker. You can't.
Number one on the item is serving.
You can't ignore a point of order.
Mr.
Speaker.
Speaker, point of order.
But here's the point of order, Speaker.
Point of order.
The point of order.
You will entertain the point of order before I
I'm
proceed.
not entertaining point of order.
In terms of the rules of order, we are procedurally going the wrong way here. As much as I'm going to speak on the item, I
Okay.
think it will just be fair that you entertain the rules of order. Because what transpired now, let me say this in my 5 minutes,
So fine.
is totally procedurally wrong. You never gave us a chance to raise a counter. You moved, yes, it was closed.
I gave you chance. I said now elaborating on the item instead of raising your name that you want. I've given you that chance. I've given you that chance. I've given you that chance. I said if you want to counteract, please give us a second name. You didn't want to do it. I said you making
This item, Speaker.
You're lying.
There is no argument.
Item record. You did not say that.
Speaker,
We were speaking on the item.
I spoke.
It was premature.
listen, Speaker, there's something I want to raise here.
Is it?
Again, I've started on the previous item. The supporting letter is here.
Councillor Tablanche, we've closed the previous item.
Speaking on this item.
Now on the second item.
No, you can't.
I'm on
I've given you 2 or 3 chances to speak on the item. And after it was closed, all this noise that you are doing, it is after the item was closed. It is after the item is closed. When we are speaking on the second item.
If you don't know
You can't refer an item that is closed. You can.
No, it's not.
It's
It's not closed.
It's closed.
No.
It was proposed and seconded.
Don't know
It was
the rules of
proposed and seconded. I've given you, each one of you, another chance to speak after it was closed.
That's on my item. I'm taking my 5 minutes.
Bible, would you spoke? Mother spoke.
I'm the only one that spoke.
Like Chair.
Item here.
Mother spoke.
But I'm on the item.
Eat.
Speaker, I want to.
Why are you pushing this?
Why are you making a noise? If he did not speak, why were you interfering when Umangaba was speaking? Because Umangaba was speaking and then you make a noise, you were clapping the tables, you were doing everything. You were throwing tantrums.
Speaker.
You were throwing tantrums and Mangaba. We're doing that. Mr. Tablanche, I'm giving you 5 minutes. Mr. Tablanche, I am giving you 5 minutes.
Thank you. Speaker, I want to start with a letter from the municipality. I don't know whether the administration removed the previous one. She reads 31st October. Previous one that I read, I don't know whether it was removed or what, but it showed 5 November.
Yeah, I did say
When it was sent. It was then come back, another on the agenda.
You see, councillors, you are doing that. There's a councillor that is speaking, but when a councillor, Sana, you are also speaking.
Speaker,
And then you don't want to be corrected.
No,
You don't want to be judged as you are unruly.
no.
Because when another councillor is speaking, you are listened to. You are listened to.
You out of order.
Am I out of order?
Yes,
Am I out of order for telling you that?
Gave me an opportunity to speak. I spoke. You did not address what I've raised.
Yeah.
What you did, you jumped and
Mr. Tablanche,
matter is closed.
you carry on.
Speaker, on this letter, like I said, there was 2 dates. It was a 5 November one, and then it came back 31st October. Now, if you look at the mayor's resolution of 3rd November, when you appointed an acting municipal manager, on this letter, you let a person sign as an acting municipal manager that states 31st October. The previous acting municipal manager was up until 31st October midnight. You appointed the acting municipal manager on the 3rd of November, who then went and signed a document sent to the MEC on the 31st. So we had on the 31st of October, then we had 2 MMs, acting MMs. The reason why I asked in the previous item, where's the correspondence to the MEC? You would see that if I took the first letter that states 5 November, and suddenly the one came back as 31st December. There's no response on this one. We resolved in the very same council on the same two items as acting managers. But on the previous one, there came a response from the MEC. And in this one, there's no response from the MEC. So I just need to know now, as the councillor, if we had appointed an acting municipal manager on the 3rd of November, how is it possible that the acting municipal manager signed a document of 31st of October, where there was an valid acting MN?
Madam Mayor,
Previous item, no, I'm not done. You can give me clarity. And in the previous item, there's no letter from the municipality going out. That's why I was asking it there. Because it's weird that there's a response there, but there's no response from the MEC on this one. So I'm going to do a follow-up if I get clarity, please.
thank you.
Thank you,
Madam Mayor.
Speaker, I'm just going to speak on the issue of the letter. I did forward the letter. And I also forward the concurrence from the minister to the Director of Corporate Services. Regarding Mr. Sakati, the continuation of him acting. Then also when I look at the recommendations on page number 16, there's also a mistake on the recommendations. Because it says the council approves the extension in respect of the acting appointment of Mrs. N.S. Twan, and it's supposed to be Mr. Sakati, for a period not exceeding 3 months. So it's from the 15th of November 2025 until the 31st of January 2026. So the point that Councillor Blanche is raising, I also don't see the letter attached, response attached from the minister, but we did receive it this morning, and I did email it to the acting, to the director as well as to. But we can get us a printed copy, and we can furnish you with a printed copy.
Thank you, Mayor. On my follow-up.
Expression.
Thank you, Mayor.
We go with the recommendations.
On my follow-up,
The Sakati.
Speaker, I had a follow-up.
Councillor Field.
Speaker, you see where you are. The name.
I didn't say you have a say. In Councillor Blanche, I didn't say you have a problem, and I didn't say I'm not.
But you are not fair speaker.
Speaker, I'm asking.
You are running
How
this
is it
house
that-
like you are running your own house. You are not fair. Yes.
No, but you don't
We
be fair. We don't have
You are
problems about
undermining us.
names,
You are
man.
not fair.
Just discussing
You're not
the
giving us
item.
opportunity.
We don't have
No,
names.
no, speaker. No.
We don't have problems about names.
We now take a.
Why are you
And,
scared?
But we need
Until we get the
deliberate on
administration.
names.
Administration,
No.
will the letter be read in 5 minutes' time? We are taking a.
It's not
now.
Or they can print out,
Can you please print out the letter? And plus, we are taking a break now. It is 25.
When was that? You did not raise the issue of the letter. We're not going to get the letter.
The latest.
Yes, CPR. Next time, just send us emails with these names.
The same thing is that the resolution
Should be easy.
it's not because the legislative current.
Yes, but see the point, man.
No, but there is a point. The point is transparency and good governance.
3 days later.
Oh, what frustration? There's no frustration
You're not even
there.
supposed to be frustrated, though.
I don't know why.
Why
you
are
are
you
scared.
frustrated?
That's why you're frustrated. Because we
Why
are
are you
honestly engaging.
To respect this
It's
council,
not, we'll touch it,
can we,
but 10 times, yeah.
Mr. Blanche is on the floor. We are back now from the,
You, sorry, Councillor Blanchman, just a quick one. You sent someone somewhere. I don't see that person back yet. I'm not sure whether you've forgotten.
now we are discussing now that item of the community services. So this is the acting director.
Oh,
So that's why she's outside until we finish with.
No, you must copy us for us, what?
Mr. Blanche?
I want to answer me. I'm worried that we don't make the same mistakes. Because if you look at the previous item, we were under the impression we're doing it the right way, but then we realized we did things wrong. So I'm asking you in this one. Like I said, never mind the name. I'm asking. When Mr. Maffei was appointed as the acting MM on the 3rd of November, he went on and signed a document for the 31st of October, when we still had an active acting MM. Because by the close, the 31st midnight, Mr. Pelton's acting came to an end. A letter that was sent to the MEC was signed by Mr. Maffei for the 31st of October, while he was only appointed on the 3rd of November. That is the answer I need to get from this council. How is it that we went in on that fashion about signing papers to the MEC when a person was not even appointed on the 31st of October? You went and appointed him 3rd November, past 3 to 4 on a virtual meeting. But he signed a document for the 31st of October that went to the MEC. Can I get an answer on that, please?
never get an answer.
That one is the previous item. Now I've given you.
That's on this item.
Didn't even have a response from the municipality, the MEC.
So we must just correct that mistake.
Just look at this.
It needs to be corrected.
Date must be called.
The date.
Must give clarity on the date.
That's why I said the first one was showing 5 November, and this one is saying 31st of But that was from the they sent us a new agenda. First one showed 5, but still on the letter to the MEC, some pay signed while he was not appointed.
We need to
Go to the letter. Go to the letter of the municipality. It is an extra P. You see the 31st October, the signatures Mr. Maffei. Yes, Mr. Maffei, the signature.
Yes, because that one.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's absolutely, that's why if you just put that date.
Okay.
I'm checking so.
Councillors, Councillor Blanche, we are calling Ovinas, the one who was scribing this item, so she's coming now. Because there was an error in that 31st of October. Mr. Mtana?
Yeah. Speaker, I think I just want to address general issues. While you're waiting for Venus, I think one of our responsibilities here is to hold the executive accountable. And two, we have no problem with any name that you raise. But we want you to be consistent in leading this council. Be transparent as well. If there was an advice from legal and that advice has changed, you must inform us as councillors of this council that this advice that we were given, I went on to send a proper advice, and this is the way that we're supposed to be followed. So when we're raising any issue, we're not raising issues because we don't like so and so, we don't like so and so. We're raising issues because must be consistent. Because at the end of the day, council is not these 7 people. Council, it's all of us. It's all of us here. We're all of us here, council. So whatever that is taking place, we are going to be held, all of us accountable. We have ratepayers who, when they want, they take us to court. Because we must account. So when those things happen, we must, from our side as councillors, be protected. And that protection will come from being consistent and transparent. And you need not to be agitated when we seek accountability. We're here for that, accountability. Otherwise, if we don't get accountability, you will see people marching left, right, and center. People are going to start march and ban. I've been saying this thing, that we are going to elections, we are going to get activists. And those activists are going to be as a result of us not delivering to the people. Thanks, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor Sana, for your concerns, and it is noted. Venus, Councillor Dufresne.
Thank you, Speaker. As you know, I'm not somebody who speak. I'm just sitting and listening and all of that. But I will say this in Afrikaans, in my home language.
Okay.
Ons as die councillors hierso, we really need to respect one another. You have your right to say something and address something, but in a very respectful manner. The community outside is watching this. And it's we going like this in as ons so aangaan. Hoe kan hulle ons respek as ons nie onsself kan respekteer binne nie? Everybody, ons almal represent jou verskillende partye. But when we in Bitou, when we are here, we are one. So my plea today is when we speak to one another or address one another, let's really do it with respect. Because if we don't respect one another, I think we will not get very far. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor Dufresne. Your advice is noted. We are now to Venus. Venus, there's an item that was raised by Councillor Blanche. He notified the councillor that there was an error in the date of 31 October.
Point of order, Speaker.
Councillor Tapai.
Speaker, I've been in council for I don't know how many years, more than 8 years. But the things that I'm seeing here are unbecoming. And this is a special council meeting. We are calling a junior official to come and address us on a matter that is supposed to be addressed by the director. Because a junior official, even if he scribed something, the person that Venus reports to is the director. But now you are bringing a junior official to come and address us in a matter that is supposed to be answered or clarified by the director. Now, again, it's wrong. We are not going to allow Venus to address us here, whereas there is a doubt. Even people outside will see there's something fun here when they are directors, but junior officials are brought in to account. It has never happened. Even in portfolio committee meetings, there must be a director that as councillors, we do ask questions for clarity. if a junior official is in a council meeting, is there to support the director. So I don't know what we are doing today. I've never seen it.
Mr. Tsapai, Ovinas is not here to account to the councillors. It was not.
What is she doing here?
She was the subscriber of this item.
No, it must be the director. No, it must be direct.
They've just would have said that let we rather ask the director, not saying that we've called Ovinas to account.
But what is she going to do?
Not saying that.
What is she doing here?
Because she's the one who was writing this item.
No,
The one who
don't listen. You don't want to listen to me.
listening.
But listen.
Director. Director. Advocate Loliwe. Advocate Loliwe. Are you listening to what we are saying now in the council? We have called Uvinas because there was an error type on for the date of 31 October instead of the 4th November. 8th November. So can you please rectify that, correct that?
Speaker, good afternoon and good afternoon to the exhaust mayor, to DF and mayor members and councillors. The letter, I can confirm it was not appended on the 31st of October. It was signed on the 3rd. There's an error in the date that appears in the letter, but the letter was signed on the 3rd of November, and it was sent on the 3rd of November to the office of the MEC. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Director.
Was in the correspondence of the MEC.
Senator Blanche,
31st October.
Senator Blanche, before speaking, can you please raise your hand up? No, you didn't. You just answered Director online.
Okay, but then again, Madam Speaker, it's fine if we don't have to listen to everything yet. But the MEC responded to a letter dated 31st October, noting the council meeting of 30 October. Which is in respect. It's fraud that we have done here. But I'm leaving you. I'm standing down. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Blanche. Senator Mangaba?
Oh, sorry, Speaker, I rest. But Speaker, you will take me as if no, he knows it all. I don't know it all. But whenever we come here, this area is legislated. We can't do anyhow here. We don't just do things here. Because when they come back, they are going to be a problem. Because we are going to be viewed as stupid outside. And I can tell you the truth. What Councillor Terry Blanche is saying about the letter, it's fraud. If this thing can be taken up, because we have seen it now, we must talk about it. If this thing can be seen, it's fraud. How are we then going to rectify that? Because even the director is alluding that it is a mistake. But as council, we must talk about these issues. They are of serious nature for that matter. And even yourself, you do due diligence if you are going to sign something. You can't sign minutes. You can't sign minutes that were not done here in council. You must do due diligence. That's what we are here for. We are not here to fight you. We are not here to fight you. I don't fight with anybody for that matter. Nonetheless, you see us as your enemies because you fear to be taken into task. You don't want to.
You assume.
No, I'm not assuming.
Don't say I see you as your enemies. No, don't do that. I didn't say you are my
I
enemy.
withdraw that, I withdraw that part.
Don't
You
ask
don't want to
something
be
that
taken into task.
don't put the words on my
You
mouth.
don't want to be taken into task.
Since when?
Yeah, I,
Assume that's.
Since when?
no, listen to me. I
Well,
don't
I'm
want
not-
to go back, but I'm talking about this council meeting now. I'm talking about this council meeting now. You see, we are here to play our oversight role. I'm not here to keep quiet. I was not voted, I was not deployed by anybody here. I was deployed by my party. That my party wants me to activate my responsibilities and the responsibilities that have been given by them. So I can't fold my arms here when things are going haywire. You must give an opportunity councillors to voice whatever they want to voice here. That is only our platform. And as a speaker, you must be neutral. You can't favor sides.
I'm very neutral.
You,
I'm
not
a very neutral speaker.
not you.
I'm the best speaker in this country.
You,
For all of you.
you.
The mayor,
I,
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, I want to take us.
you're the best speaker. Yes.
best speaker.
In this 8 years.
Yeah.
Speaker, I heard the deliberations. So the technicality of the dates, I begin to understand where the arguments come from. I want to take us back to the 30th of October when we had our council meeting. We resolved at that point on page number 40 that the executive mayor appoints an acting municipal manager for a maximum period of 10 days in terms of the council delegations assigned to her, pending a response from the MEC regarding the extension of Mr. V. Felting acting appointment as municipal manager. So on the 30th, we resolved it. When we check the delegations register, we then find that the executive mayor cannot solely appoint the acting MN, but the executive mayor needs to appoint the acting MN in consultation with Michael. Hence, us convening the meeting on the third, is it the 3rd of November?
Yes.
So it is not to say that we are committing fraud or that it was deliberate. I understand your point of view, but still, the effect of Mr. Mapai from the 31st, he.
Point of order.
No.
No, but why can't I explain?
Opening the previous item. No, I'm asking. Open the previous item.
No.
What disrespect? What disrespect?
It goes back, no, Speaker, I was
No, but what disrespect?
it goes back to the issue of the letter that he signed on the 31st.
Speaker.
The capacity as an acting.
So we must not speak.
The Speaker did give me a chance. It goes back to the issue of the date on the letter. That is what I'm explaining. When we resolve on the 30th, then the mayor must appoint the acting municipal manager while we await for concurrence from the minister. That's what I'm explaining to you. So I'm not being disrespectful. I'm explaining to you, but once again, you interrupt, you interject, and you become disrespectful. And then we must be quiet. And as soon as we react, it's a problem. But then we can all keep quiet. We can keep quiet and allow you to then speak. Because you,
No,
why did you interrupt me?
Speaker,
But
you
you must-
refuse
you
that
must-
we speak on that item. That's why I'm asking, whether are we now opening up that item? No. The mayor here is not making reference to the acting community services director. She's making reference to the previous item, which you have refused any one of us to speak on it.
I understand Councillor Mfana because I was listening to Madam Mayor. She was starting with the dates that we're busy with. So if she has gone outside of that, I'm sorry. Councillor Teblanche?
Madam Mayor, thank you very much for that. if you go to your MICO resolution, they appointed effectively 3rd November. When council appointed on the 30th of October, knowingly, we still have 1 day left, which is the 31st of October, which was Mr. Fat as an acting. So therefore, we don't come back to when the day lapses, after the day lapses. We come and we do it before. Your MICO resolution speak to effective 3rd November for 10 days. That is why I'm raising it, because your MICO resolution, the 3rd says, effective 3rd November, if you go to it, the meeting of the 30th of October was just appointing, knowingly there's 1 day left of the previous acting MM, that was Mr. Felton. So when it lapsed, we then had a resolution in place. So when a person was appointed effectively 3rd November, why is it that he signed a document on the 31st of Council did appoint an acting person, knowingly that something is going to come to an end. Because if that was the case, we were supposed to have rescinded a resolution that speaks to 31st of October, when we appointed Mr. Pelton again. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Blanche. Councillor Mangaba, and then Madam Mayor.
Speaker. Perhaps this exercise will push you, Speaker, and us as councillors sitting in council to do a reflection without being defensive. Because the question here is not about whether or not we took a resolution. We know what the resolution we took on the 30th. And the director is actually making it clear that the letter actually went off on the 3rd. However, with the wrong date. Part of being a leader is actually taking onus of the fact that a mistake was made. A person overlooked what they needed to do before signing a document. That's why we are sitting where we are sitting. That's a mature and a progressive way of going about it, saying, acknowledge that the letter was brought to my desk on the 3rd. However, it was dated the 31st, and I lost sight of that. It happens, we are human. We will not be vilified in this council when we are actually raising those thoughts, because at the end of the day, when they come back to bite council, we all need to own them. That's the first part of it. And instead of getting so-and-so to come and vouch and explain because they were the scribes and all of that, part of emotional maturity is understanding that, yes, we are in a heated debate, but in all honesty, we failed to be meticulous to detail in those documents that were signed by whoever signed them when they went. Second to that, to maintain consistency, the two items that we bicker back and forth about, the principle is the same. If the principle is the same, a learning that could be taken from it, if we instruct that a letter must be written on behalf of the municipality, when the results come, they must be with the letter attached to it so that we know exactly what to look at. Yes, Anton Bredel's response may be debated in terms of translation because he does says letter dated. It could mean he means he's speaking of the date on the letter, or he speaks on the day at which it was received to him. Nonetheless, we got what we wanted from it because we needed concurrence for the director in question to actually get the extension. We agreed and we were okay with the resolutions that we took, and we don't want a reminder for that because we have the notes right in front of us. Part of being a leader is being accountable. Part of it is taking stock of your responsibility or your lack thereof to find us where we are sitting. That's a progressive way of going about it. And I think we've deliberated lengthily to the matter. But if there's any learning that must be taken from this, and especially from your end as our speaker, I do want you to be the best speaker we ever had. But today you are not that. It doesn't make you a horrible person. Part of it is taking accountability. The deliberations were heated, and we are running around the issue. The issue here is that a document is signed by a person that was not have signed it if it was actually captured on the 31st. However, it makes sense then if it was printed and taken to them on the 3rd when they were appointed that they signed. But they overlooked what they were supposed to be doing because you need to actually do the checks and balances and be meticulous in terms of every detail in the document you sign. Because we have it clarified that the director is indeed saying it was indeed signed on the 30th, on the 3rd. However, the dates were not changed because the resolution was taken on the 30th, the 31st, the letter was drafted. Going forward, in any document that comes to council, and especially where we instructed a letter to be written, the letter must be attached to a response so that we know exactly this is exactly what we wanted to achieve, and the responses are based on what we wrote. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you very much, Councillor Ngaba. All concerns and advices are noted. We are moving now to item number 8, which is in committee. We have now.
Sorry, Speaker. The recommendations by the acting municipal manager there, if I recall, the mayor read something else from the recommendations. Again, the recommendations are saying something else, the mayor is saying something else. Those must be corrected.
Can you, administration, please read the recommendation?
Recommendation will read as follows. The council approves the extension of the acting appointment of Mr. Angie for a period not exceeding 3 months from 13 November 2025 until 31st January 2026.
Thank you very much. That is the recommendation that on record that council is supporting the name of Mr. Angelo Sagati. Thank you very much, Councillor Tapai. We are now in item 9, which is the recording of councillors present. Sorry.
It must also be written, be read on record, proposed to seconded. We are assisting one another now here today.
Sorry, Madam Speaker, my excellency, I must use the word exceeded. It's just
So on the date there, that says from the 15th.
Say 12.
Yeah, it must say 12. But
We waited for the MEC's response.
because the previous acting director is ending today, the 12th.
So I'll read it from
The acting, it must be from the 13th. Yeah.
To be appointed as acting director for services
From the
community service
from the 13th to
from 12 November 2025 until 31st January.
13th was Utan still acting was for today.
It was saying that the acting will last till the response.
Oh, until the response came back.
The response
Okay, so there is the response now.
It's been
Okay.
Yes. And then the proposer was Councillor Kamkam and the seconder was Councillor Olivier.
Yes.
Speaker, for confirmation, have we removed extension?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
The council appoints Mr. Andrew Nisakati as acting director for community services. The extension is outlined, but that extension must come out.
It must come out when you do your notes. All right. Councillors, we are on the recording of councillors now. Sorry, Madam Mayor. Huh? Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, councillors, we still have another item that can the administration take us to the next item?
Just a new item now, Speaker.
It's here.
A new item.
You can't stop.
So we don't have an in-committee item or it's.
Yes, there's a new item. The acting public
Speaker may introduce a new item that you have to announce.
We are aware, that's why we are asking.
You're right, you're right.
Part of the rules of order, we know she's able to do that. That's why we're asking from her, are you now introducing a new item?
No, I'm not introducing a new item. It's still part of the acting items that we have.
Ma'am, I received two invitations, and in both of them, there is no third item. So I'm asking to you again on record, are you introducing a new item?
Councillor, Tanya,
Item
is it not this one in Adenam?
This is an additional item.
See?
Councillors, please. Councillors, please.
I'm now asking you.
No, you have asked. I'm also asking.
You've already responded. That's
No,
now I'm
I'm
answering.
listening to her.
Okay.
If you want to speak, I will give you still time to.
I have follow up once you respond to me.
Tanya?
Mr. Speaker, this is the additional items on the grounds of the appointment of the municipal manager. This item is now introduced as item, can I proceed as item C stroke 1 stroke 356 stroke 11 stroke 25. Appointment of acting director financial services for a period not exceeding 3 months with effect from 30 November 2025 until 12 February 2026 and or until the disciplinary matter of the municipal manager, Mr. Imamani, is finalized. Starting on page 1.
Are we on the item now, Speaker, or are you going to respond to me?
Can we speak before the item? Sis, Bam?
Can you finish, Tanya?
No, on a point of order. Speaker, on a point of order.
I will allow you, Councillor Amtlan. First, Councillor Mangaba, then Councillor Amtlan.
Five procedural matter.
I move up now.
It would be best to take a point of order first, please. Best.
Councillor Mangaba?
I'm waiting for your response so that I can have a follow up.
Councillor Amtlana?
Speaker, procedurally, I asked you, are we adding a new item? And then you were saying you are conferring with the administration, you will come back to me.
No.
Speaker, no, man. You're
Point of order, Councillor, there's a point of order.
Speaker, yes, we received only two, so if you are to continue with this, it would be best if you use some item one, and then we can still continue. It's an addendum, but we never received it in agenda form because we appointed Mr. Mapai, we didn't know we're gonna appoint, so he wasn't appointed. So now it's your responsibility to take the item, introduce it, and through the majority, when they accept it, it can be read into the record.
It was gonna be explained before it is served. I just wanted, because she started to put the item. So I wanted to finish first. It can be explained that there is an item there.
We are never going to be able to work as a team if you will continue to do that.
Yes.
You are defensive, and over and above that, you have a patronizing attitude, and it doesn't make sense. Say, it just happened in error that you did not introduce the item, you'd like to introduce it, and we follow protocol. This thing of you zoning into defensive mode and continue to actually be patronizing when you're wrong, it's not going to work for us.
Yes. And we are going to keep on challenging you on those technicalities because you are not doing things correct. It's your prerogative to produce or to introduce an item, but the way you are doing things, it's uncalled.
There's a written additional item tabled at the meeting.
Yes, please. The best you could take us through.
No. I see they are bold. Blue letters there.
It does say tabled.
Tabled at the meeting. Huh?
Yes, councillors, as I was saying, this item came later after we find out that there must be a person who's gonna act on the CFO position. So we added this one. So it goes with the one with of the CFO. So now we have introduced this one, but it was not in the previous items because we only find it today that still, Mr. Whoever that we are gonna appoint, he must also be appointed by the council. So it is that item now, that is 7. The item is 7.
Speaker.
Councillor Mangaba?
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, procedurally, let's do it right. It is within your right to introduce an item. We will not dispute that. And again, we want this municipality to actually be properly functioning even after we are not here today. And the only way to go about it is for us to actually do it procedurally. Introduce the item, we get an agreement from a majority, then we actually table the item. It's not part of the agenda that we've introduced already. We have not received it, that we've deduced already. So the only progression here is the procedure.
I think you've said it before. You are repeating yourself now. The item is 7.
However, you keep sounding like you're not listening to because you keep saying things that are actually not procedural.
The item is 7.
We don't have water today. I need water.
The item is 7.
Introduce the items. Please.
Then can we accept the budget?
We can take it to task.
Oh, just
We can take it to task. Serious.
If you don't introduce, do not stand.
Thank you very much.
The appointment of acting director, financial services for a period not exceeding of 3 months with effect from 30 November 2025 until, I think there's again an error there on the date because it says until 12th February, but it must be 31 January like the previous ones. Can you double check that? So the others are saying till 31st.
Madam Speaker, the acting MEM's appointment is effective. The resolution read that council appoints Mr. C.L. Mutay as acting municipal manager for a period not exceeding 3 months. And the action was, and then we will clear 3rd November 2025 till 12th February 2025. And or until the DC matter of the current municipal manager is resolved, whichever occurs first. Because the previous one of Mr. Mutay is indicating, of the acting NM is indicating a period not exceeding 3 months.
3 months. And then that's the one for Uzindlo. Yeah.
The one for the acting, the one for acting director community services is indicating.
No, because it is that is what I'm making a mistake about his name. There's
That
not
one is
enough up there.
I think we will meeting.
The one of acting director community service is 3rd November until 31st.
Isn't those acting as CFO now?
Speaker. Speaker.
Oh,
Speaker.
Councillor Dave Schwartz?
Speaker, may I just suggest that Tanya just scrolls through it so it gives us a chance to read the item because we don't have a copy in front of us. We can just
Speaker.
see what it says.
Presentation? Okay.
I understand your concerns with regards to dates. With the information that we are actually getting from Ms. Veldeman, it only makes sense that the acting date of the CFO be directly linked with that of the current CFO in the MM's office. It only makes sense that way. So just for that consistency, so that we are not now left with days that are going to be without a CFO based on the fact that the acting CFO is still in the MM's office. So it only makes sense that the dates on the two items be actually correlated. So I'm comfortable with the dates remaining as they are. I think we should just get into the crux of the item.
Mr. Klana?
Speaker, consistency again. in items where officials are to act, we get comments from legal. I don't see an item from legal here. And I think for future purposes, Speaker, and your assistance as well, if the director is not here, there needs to be someone acting who's going to advise you on some issue. I'm not sure, but I don't see any comment from legal. I don't know if it was tailor-made for the previous acting. Now, we don't know whether these two proposed individuals qualify in terms of qualification and experience and et cetera, et cetera. So I'm raising that based on those concerns, Speaker.
Thank you. Councillor Mangala.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, our employee regulations that were promulgated in June 2020. We were clear in terms of the requirements where the CFO's office is concerned. Part of the basic requirement is finance. Hence, candidate number one is not even supposed to be in this list. In the current setting in the municipality, we have 4 people that meet the requirements to be in that office. One being Felix Lita, 2 being Lungelo Mapei, 3 being Warren Busick, 4 being Andre Zin. Unless this item was tailor-made for Zindlu, that's why we have another person who does not meet the requirements on the item. Because if Lungelo is going to be sitting as acting MM, we only have now the other 3 that I've actually mentioned, and not Ntoma already. Okay. Hey.
Item 7.
Yeah.
Councillor Blanche.
I think you must just retract your words because while the item was not serving, if you look at the recommendation, there was no name. You then already said in the item for signature. There's no name. No, I'm just saying you retract it because it would look like you already decided.
Zindlu is helping them.
You said the item for signature.
The helping CFO. That's why I made the mistake about him. So how do you want me to explain it? So you want to believe what you want to believe? No. If you want to call Councillor in your mind, you want to call Councillor Katrina, and by mistake you call Councillor Seti, then you will say that it is wrong.
No speaker, you
Item is 7.
You can do anything now. Oh, fine. Okay. The item is 7, guys. Zindlu. Raise your hands. Yeah. 1 minute caucus.
I've stated before that, and they cannot continue.
You can continue.
No,
It was mentioned before that time.
no, only a second now.
Councillor Lefer.
Yeah.
And seconder.
All second. All of us.
And that's what?
Second.
Thank you. We then moving to item number 9, which is the recording of councillors present. Madam Mayor, starting with you.
Jika Councillor present. Councillor Nokuzola Kola be present.
Councillor Nell present.
Councillor Olivier present.
Councillor Willemse present.
Councillor Swart present.
Councillor Blanche present.
Councillor De Bruyne present.
Councillor Seti present.
Councillor Samkele, Alunga Dolamla Mangaba, Inkosi Ward 5 present.
Councillor Kapai present.
Incident President.
Councillor Mavis Fusakwe present. Item number 10 is the closure of the meeting. Councillors, thank you very much for taking your time to come in the afternoon meetings.
Thank you.
Also be so active. Thank you.
Thank you to the best speaker.
Thank you.
I am the best